عايز كده what do you mean no face
ولا
let's brother صدق يكون فيه حرنتاي صدق come through man. come through
we got Kylie.
والله وارك كنت لا وارك بس خرنا
I look just in it. Hey, man's rolling when you're ready, you know, fam.
we're ready bro we're ready you're ready yes
Yeah, we're ready, bro.
so
Content over everything.
we had this crazy topic earlier talking to my brother Ali and many other brothers and Wiggins over here.
Come on, gang.
My bro BK come on
PK, yeah.
PK
Perez.
so what was the topic that we were talking about? If you could just remind everybody again, like what's the solution?
The topic was, as Somalis, what is your vision and how do you want to move forward? That is basically what the discussion today is. How do you want to move forward? What is your aspiration? What changes do you want to see? Do you want to forget the past, or do we carry on reliving the past? That was basically the question that we were talking about. So are you ready to move forward, or are you ready to fight your father's battle? That's the very question.
Okay. First of all, Akhi, let's focus. So the thing is this, yeah.
Sorry, bro.
When we talk about the future or moving forward, there's a lot of things that need to be done.
We love you.
Yeah, what things need to be done? What do you want to do? What's your aspiration? Are we going to still live like the way our fathers lived, or are we going to be the change that we want to see? Now, this is a discussion that we was having.
Yeah, because when we speak about fathers, yeah, or the past people, they actually messed up a lot of stuff that needs to be corrected. For example, one of them being the tribal problems, one of them being the division and what was it called, the divide and conquer, and the modern day political systems, and all this thing that has been enforced upon us. Because before us Somalis, like before we had all this stuff, we had our own ways of ruling, judgment, laws. We had all the Nakamedio, or the noble elders, and all the kind of stuff, and we were peaceful. Right, there was not a lot of wars happening. There was not a lot of division happening. But since the European influence came, what happened was basically we've been in chaos because we couldn't understand all the people. Maybe some of us who became allies with the European people, right, or understood the European political way of system, they thought, yeah, we can use this to rule our people. But then the people just got more confused, right, because it's not their culture, it's not their way of living, and also it became a point of greed that everybody's serving something. For example, we were talking about the 4.5 earlier. I had my own concept, but when a brother talked to me, I'm like, you know what? I think that's wrong. Because at the end of the day, there is 4 and there is 5. The 4 looking down upon the 5. You get me? So that Islamically also that's the point of Jahiliyyah. You get me? So that's what I think is that maybe the best way to move forward is to let go of all these new things, like everything that happened the past 100 years or 150 years. It's been the downfall of the Somali people, starting from the 1900s until now. So that's what I think. I think we should move, and the best way to move forward, I think, is to go back to our original source and to our original ways, how we used to.
The original ways. Yeah.
Exactly.
What's your understanding? What's the change you want to see? I just wanted to know everyone's opinion.
Yeah.
What do you want the future? How do you?
Me,
When
my dad always talks about Somalia, he always says like they don't see the positive benefits that's already in their country, Oh, the mic's there, yeah. They say that they don't see the good things that's in their country, like just the floor itself. You know what I'm saying? The floor itself can produce amazing crops, can produce vegetation. The floor is suitable for those specific things. We got coastal waters from north to south. There's a lot of benefits in Somalia, but we just need to open our eyes and.
What do you think the solution is?
What do you think the solution is there? What do you think the solution is? What change do you want to see? And tell me the vision. What is what?
The vision is
what Somali do you want to see?
If you watch a movie that I was watching, it's called The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. Yeah, it's about a boy who from a country in Africa where there was a drought. Yeah, there was no rain. So basically, he invented some sort of the turbine in it that basically irrigates the land and produces crops. So we need to start basically irrigating the land, producing crops, vegetation, feed the people, teach them education. I mean, we got Somali doctors, nurses, scientists. Go back, like invest in back in the country.
Okay. So what you're saying is we have all the resources to go forward. Yeah. What do you think is stopping us from moving forward then?
It's just that push. I don't know. Sometimes it's just humans tend to procrastinate things, innit? We want to say, later. I know it's going down. I know it's bad. But then again, also you have, like the brother said, you have these conflicts. qabila and tribalism. We need to cancel those things out. But it's so instilled in people's head that it's not going to be an easy task.
What's your opinion, bro?
As the brother just said, we need to look at like education as well. More time education is kind of key, innit? See, people that are integrated to the UK and America and Europe, like, we need to use them as an example. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, what was it? There's someone in America now, there's a woman, there's a, what was that? Counselor or something. Ilhan Omar,
yeah.
girl. Obviously, people should look at that like an example and try to work towards that. If not that, like different backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? So education, I'm looking at education as key, as hormar kind of thing. You know what I mean?
To get there, educate the people. Ruggins, what are you saying, bro?
This guy's got a lot to say still. Go on.
Yes, brother. Say
Go for it, all I say.
Bro, like they say in Somali, yeah? Koriga dik, kalinka kad.
true.
That's what we need to do.
Real shit.
Our life, man.
That's
All
it.
this tribalism, it don't matter. We're from the north, south, we're one people, same blood, same people.
Same
Like, we don't
religion.
need to be same religion. Everything's the same, bro.
Everything's the same. What we fighting?
But that's what
I'm
Prophet
trying to
Muhammad
say. It doesn't make
sallallahu alaihi
sense
wasallam
to me.
also advised. He
Look
said
at
the
the rest
downfall
of-
of my nation is gonna be asabiya, innit?
Look at the rest of the Horn of Africa. Like, when you look at, yeah, come on. Look at the rest of the Horn
Yo,
of
what you
Africa.
doing?
Bro, when you look at countries like Eritrea and Sudan and Ethiopia, them were inspired by us, bro. We was the light for them, man. They're living their best life because of us, you know. And they should be grateful. And that's what we need to be. We need to be grateful. Like, that's what we need to do, man.
You see, I would like to add something to that, yeah? The Somali people, like back home, we always looking for support. We're always looking, or we're always calling out for NGOs or Europe, or what's it called, foreign help and all this stuff. But what we don't realize, for example, look, there was an NGO by the name of FAO, right? FAO, right? And what they do is that they give people with farms crops to plant or different chemicals to make their crops grow faster. But later on, what happened in the process was that a woman was actually complaining, and she said, like, wherever these people gave us, it actually affected the soil. The soil that we grow whatever it was called, we grow with our crops, has been infected by a certain virus. Every time we try to grow something, even on some natural crops, it keeps drying up or something
So
bad
do you think
happens. There's maggots.
That's people doing this, or
I think, for example, look, Somalia has rich soil. Like, we have everything. The example of Somalia, like, people see Somali people as poor, but if Somali people were poor, I'll give you the best example of Somali people as poor. Think of a poor man sitting on a gold. Like, literally sitting on a rock of gold, just sitting there thinking about, what shall I do? I'm hungry. But you're sitting on a rock of gold. What do you mean you're hungry?
We should be more organized.
We should be more organized. At the same time, we have to understand what we are standing on and what we have.
Our value.
Right, there is what's called super major foreign intervention within our country. For example, when Somalia tried to get the oil from the nearby, guess what happened? Everybody's got a problem with it. You get me? So our solution is like, it's not only like, we shouldn't be talking to the elders or the people. We as the young people.
We are the future, fam.
We are the future. We should organize a certain organization, a little thing that actually can, awaken up the other youth. Like, be like, you know what, guys, this is what's happening. Right? Well, like me, I'm up to date with Somali news every day.
Same here,
and
bro.
sometimes I get happy, sometimes I'm sad. Like, it's
yesterday,
exactly. You get me? So it's crazy things happening. So I'm gonna move you on to PK. What are you saying, brother?
What I would say, the government should be focusing on like doing new pipelines and water, getting rid of droughts. They should get rid of droughts and make the people that are Behaviour don't just focus on the city, focus on the outskirts.
yeah.
Definitely, because there are a lot of droughts, so we avoid future droughts, innit? They should focus on that, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, connect the cities, like how this country can go to Birmingham by train, all those. Connect city to city so people see other people, become one, basically.
Yeah, technically,
Yeah.
Don't just focus on the people in the city, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you bring those people in, get more population into the
We can think of ideas all day, but it's just about actualizing, like, proper, like, making it become physical,
Do you know what I think, yeah? I think so. If Somalia deals with the social problem that we have, we can conquer everything. Forget the. You're talking
turmoil,
about,
innit, right?
you're talking about soil, all of this. Listen, even if we didn't have it, we'll find a way to get it.
Yeah.
But I believe that we are not dealing with the social problem. Once we overcome the social problem, and actually reach a point of peace, wallahi, we can achieve anything we want. But the problem is, yeah, people step over the social problem and say, oh, we need to dig oil. Oh, we need to do this. But you haven't dealt with the issues. The house is on fire. You understand? I think this is what I believe in. I believe that all tribes of Somalia should come together and discuss. Discuss. The gun is not helping no one. We should all come together, have a discussion, and sort the problem out. Then wallahi, we'll move forward. Anything is possible.
Majority of the fights is
The future's bright.
You understand? We have to solve the social problem
Of course the
first.
future's bright.
The social problem. Deal with the social problem, and wallahi, we can conquer anything. But the reality is no one wants to talk about the social problem. Why is it that two brothers are killing each other for 30 years? I still want to know this till today. What can we do to bring peace to these two communities? These are the discussions that we need to have first, and then we can talk about soil, river, oil. Do you understand?
Yeah, no, I hear what
this
you're
is
saying.
what we have to deal with first.
Yeah.
We focus on this, wallahi, there's a domino effect after that. That's my stance.
Listen, our biggest problem, I wouldn't say it's not right now. I don't think it's Qabilis at the moment, innit? I think our biggest problem is Shabab, innit, technically, innit? So I would say, the government start putting education first and start educating people and introducing new lessons about the way to stay away from it. And even with the Qabila thing, start introducing all the Qabila come together, and it's obviously you can never say get rid of Qabila, innit? It won't work. Sorry, yeah. You can still be part of who you are and start teaching people about different other people's Qabila and how to respect, and have new courses added to basically school and that. To be honest, that's how I was saying.
That's deep still.
Does anyone know ways in which where we can find that ways in which where we can bring two communities together in a way that they can find peace? Does anyone have any methods? This is what I'm more interested in. How can I bring two brothers and for them to say, you know what, squash the beef, squash whatever this is, and move forward? These are real solutions. Because if two communities
blood
can come
feuds are
together,
not easy, bro. Blood feuds are not easy. You know, when someone's
that's what I'm
thinking
trying to
about
say,
his brother that died, you know what I'm saying? He's thinking about that blood, innit? It's not easy, but it can be done. You know, because
that's the
Rasulullah
only way.
ﷺ did it with when he came to Aus and Khazraj. You know, when he went to Medina, these people were fighting till the Jews were just standing back and looking and laughing, saying, "Let these lot wipe each other out, and we're gonna basically be more superior than them." But Rasulullah ﷺ came. And he stopped all that. He managed to find a way to stop all that. And what was that way? It was Islam. So me personally, I think the only answer is for them to come closer to their religion, and put down the guns. You know what I'm saying? For a minute.
That's true. That's true.
Exactly.
That's true too.
so you believe Islam
Historically, it has worked. And when was Somalia at its most finest? The more stability, peaceful.
Yeah,
When they
starting
were
from
on the religion.
7th century until the 1800s.
Yeah, literally, and that was when.
That's it.
You know,
And when we stopped, what was it called? Practicing Islam.
Yeah.
And what was it called? According to the laws of Islam and everything.
Yeah.
From the 1800s, around half of 1800s to 1900s, when the European people came
that's
to,
when
that is when shit collapsed.
everything
Yeah,
collapsed.
because that's when basically we start doing sultanates and different. Every Qabil will having their own sultanates.
Exactly.
Before we was united with Islam, and it was
Everybody
actually
was
fun.
going out to look for protectorates for the
Yeah,
other.
watch out,
You know, we
watch
go
out
to
for yourself,
Italians,
no
to the
one's gonna watch
British.
out for you. You gotta
Exactly.
make the step now, you gotta do it.
Because when these
No
people
one's gonna care
came
about
in,
you, fam.
look, you have the Majertani, the Hobio, this, that, and they were all looking for a protectorate from their own brothers. How are you gonna go to a foreign and be like, you know what? I want you to protect me from my brother.
Yeah, see me, that sounds stupid.
Yeah, it
Wallahi, to me.
And that's how it
sounds
started.
stupid.
That's how it
and then a
started.
man will tell you, oh, he's still from my tribe. But do you understand? And you're still killing each other.
For example, look, the
we have to
Hobio.
solve that problem first.
Exactly.
And wallahi, that's the only way to move forward.
Exactly,
So we
and
need
the reason
methods
why,
and ideas.
and the reason why we fall down, like if you look back to history, the reason why we're here, the reason why we are here, the reason why we're here right now, like this situation, is simply because of what we've done, right? We've actually let go of Allah's trust, and we've chosen a foreigner's trust.
Exactly.
And we feared these foreigners more than we feared Allah back in the days. You get me? But at the end of the day, right now, at the moment, we could use religion as our way of source. Yeah. But since Somalia, since the let's just say the Galedi or the Hobyo and these people fell, since we lost the sultanates, guess what? Islam has just got different faces right now.
Meanings and
that. For example, if you go to Somalia and be like, okay, we're gonna do everything with haqq and deen, everybody be like, all right, I am takfiri, I am her, I am this. Which Islam are you talking about? which hadith are you going to bring it to me? There are some Somali Shiites, they are Quranis. They only believe in the Quran. They
We had a
don't believe in
Qurani
the hadith.
earlier, yeah, but we ran out the park.
You get me?
Somali.
So
Somali, that's what they're becoming, bro.
So the question
Exactly.
you're asking is
I
now.
got disheartened because yeah, bro.
No, finish.
I got disheartened because people are coming and just they're just making them understand some wishy-washy fakeness, innit? Like
Was it the one that was saying that he doesn't believe in prayers still? Like 5 times
the
prayer
guy
was
with
one.
no hair, bald one, skinny one. I don't know what he means by that, yeah. I actually used to watch videos of him before with Sarah.
Yeah.
He used to put Sarah on the spot. He used to end Sarah's game and that.
Yeah.
Like he was very intellectual. Today I saw him, he was looking all different. I don't know, he was coming out with different speech. He's talking about rejecting hadith. I said if you reject hadith, you reject Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But that's his teachings, his words, his daily life with the people that were around him every single day. You know, to the day. So he wasn't hearing it, he ran away. So I'm saying, what are the Somali brothers, you know, like?
So
Who's teaching them
what I
these
think
things?
is like, what, for example,
Watch
look,
out
let
for our
everybody,
kids.
what I would say is that everybody let them keep their sect, innit? Or you're a part of that sect, alright, cool, you can keep it. But what everybody will not disagree upon is culture, right? Tradition, or the laqamedio, right? Once we have that, and then we align that with our religion, right? And we let go all of the things that go against our religion, because no head will tell you, you know what, we have to worship, even though some of them actually go and, you know, worship certain graves. But,
Yeah, that's
you get
what
me?
exists, yeah.
You get me?
Sufi, innit?
But yeah. But at the end of the day, let's let everybody just come with all the Qamedio and do the things the way we used to do back in the days. Let's have our own nobles. You get me? That represent us here and there. You feel me? And you asked the question, how can we get there? I would say, if we try to unite the elders, it's impossible.
So then why don't we unite the youth?
That's
That's
what I was
it, that's what we
saying.
need to do.
So the
Forget
best,
the elders, unite the youth,
exactly,
let's
because
start
we are
revolution.
tomorrow's
Youth are the
generation.
future, man. The youth are the
We are the
future.
future.
So
So
if we're the future, forget the elders, forget what they
And
say.
you know we can make it happen,
And you
innit?
know-
wallahi,
in
we can
any
make it
country
happen.
you can make it
Wallahi,
happen.
we can make it happen.
You understand? If you can unite the youths, then wallahi we can go forward. I believe that I blame everything on the elders. I'm not here to fight my dad or his dad's war. Forget that. Dash that in the bin.
Fight your own battle.
Yeah,
No, that's done. Those days
I'm
are
not on
finished.
earth right
They
now
will never
for
finish.
some next guys.
Unless you commit genocide, my father's battle will not finish. Your father's battle will not finish. Are you ready to commit genocide? You have to eradicate the next person. So are we going to reach a point of peace and move forward? That's the. Wallahi, these are real questions. It's not about oil this. It's about us. We have a social problem. Let's deal with the social problem. And wallahi, I believe if we deal with the social problem, we can go back. Everyone can go back. But how can we get to that point? That's what we have to really reflect and think about this.
So you're saying if we just stabilize the situation right now, everything like a domino effect.
Domino effect.
It will come.
Because then I can call you my brother. I'll call the guy that I was fighting the other day my brother. Then I can actually be like, you know what? Instead of just thinking about my family, now I think about your family. You understand? Once we can start thinking like this, that's the only way we'll move forward.
You know what I
Because
think?
everyone's thinking about his own family and his own children.
Man.
And it doesn't work like that.
And you know what else I think? If you really want to do this right now, we need to start it from here. We need to start it from the UK.
100%.
Right? We, the young ones, the youth, we have to unite first, We have to have a common goal. Like, come together one day, just come to South or whatever, sit down for a minute, have a common goal, be like, you know what, this is what I don't like about the Somali community. Once we fix whatever our community is going through, or like just have a common goal, we organize certain meetings with different elders, different families, see, like come up with solutions and problems and all this stuff, and then after that we write down our solutions or whatever, we list it down. Then after that we can be like, all right, now that we fixed it here, obviously this thing is gonna be if we're cool about, hey, stop, follow the Mustafa, what's going on?
They're hugging, man. They're hugging.
That's cool, bro. What are you saying? So good. خميسة حرين تايم. Anyways, عشان كذا مصطفى عايز كلمة ماشي.
Talk about Somalia.
The future of Somalia, what do you reckon? How do you reckon we can move forward? Like, what's your ideas? What do you think? What is your understanding?
One that we can start off right now to improve, not like jumping 20 years up. Just
that's what's a
from the
real
beginning.
solution you can think of. So obviously the brother here was talking about the real solution is uniting the youth and coming together in a common understanding, which is Islam. Because
I can't lie, I heard that too many times, bro. Like, I think we need to get more specific and more I don't think people keep saying the same thing. People keep saying the same thing, man.
Okay, what do you want to hear?
Where?
Yeah, but they're
Somalia
saying
or
that they're
here?
doing it though.
Somalia or here?
No, we're gonna do it
Uniting the
here.
youth in Somalia.
This is how we do it. Look, listen. If you really want to do this, like if anybody like
Unite
deep
the
down
diaspora
inside,
is what you're trying to
if you want to really do this, yeah, before like a diaspora, like the young people in it, like the youth and that, yeah, what we could do is that basically come like all of us, like it could be 5, 2, 3 of us come together with a common understanding, with a common goal, and be like, this is what we want to target first, yeah? 1, 2, 3. So we start with 1. Once we fix that, then 2, 3, until we reach our goal. And then once we have done, we have assessed and done that whatever mission, what we could do later, it'd be like, okay, you know what? Let's include more community into this. Right? And slowly we could do something. Look, to spot, for example, it's easy to set up a fire, right? If you set up a fire in a small place on a dry grass, it's gonna spread everywhere. That little spark of fire can just burn up a whole dry grass. You get me? So a lot of people who have a very specific and very eager to do something, right? We could be an easy influence.
What's the main problems facing Somalis? And then you break that down to Somalis in Somalia and Somalis here.
You have a social problem.
Oh, so that's not in Somalia then here.
Wait, that's
no,
not it.
Somalis in general have a social problem.
Okay, explain.
The bullet, innit? The bullet is what talks in Somalia right now, innit?
Your tribe, your bullet, your nil, I don't know. Like there is no unity among the people that call themselves Somalis.
Yeah?
Whatever you want to call it, tribalism, this, someone said I got more guns, more whatever. But the problem is that the tribes of Somalis are not united. How can we unite the people of Somalia? That is what I'm trying to say. You're the youth, you're the next generation. What do you want to live like the way your father did, or do you want to live in a better Somalia? That's the question.
No, I gave an example, innit? I give the example of Aus and Khazraj and Medina, and when the Rasul reunited them with Islam. And I can even give you a quote by Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu when he was conquering Jerusalem peacefully. Here he is walking to Jerusalem, and he was wearing some not clothes not fit for an Amir. This guy owns vast lands. It's a good example.
And his servants on a donkey.
And what did he say? He said we were a nation who had no honor before Islam. And then Islam came and we had honor. So if you was to look for honor in anything other than Islam, you will fail. So Muslims need to realize, because you're a Muslim, right? We're all Muslims here, right? You need to realize, Umar ibn Khattab, what was he talking about in this thing? It's not about Qabil. You won't get honor that way. Never. I hope Somalis really open their eyes and realize, hold on, let me first into the deen, their own culture. They need to know their culture. Because I'm from Edmonton. I live in Edmonton right now. I come off the bus and I'm seeing Somalis with a culture that's not theirs. It's not their culture.
Even in my area, Wolfhamstow as well.
Yeah, it's not their culture. They're doing this next culture.
I understand this though. By the next generation, they're lost.
Yeah, they're lost.
I guarantee.
So we got to cut that. It's a cancer.
It takes 3 generations to lose. So by the time he has these kids, man,
to the extent you tell someone fear Allah, he'll laugh. He'll be like, well, use Allah, get out of here, bro. You know what I mean? We don't want that. We don't want that, innit?
No, there's a lot of problems. I think it's a multifactional problem. And we spoke about it many times, innit? I think there's no Somali role models.
Yeah, that's true.
And the boys, they don't have
females are doing more bits than the men. The men are slacking right now.
Bro.
We're here now, though.
There's too many Somali deadbeat pups over there.
Yeah, true.
Females, you have Somali influencers right now, you have Somali models, you have Somali teachers right now. The men have been slacking, they're not pulling their weight right now. They're not pulling their weight. So much Somali females, and I definitely know some of you, our sisters here, are doing bits right now. Both academically,
you're right, 100%.
And they're going hard. The men have slacked, yeah.
Whether she's a nurse, doctor, teacher,
whatever. I've said this to us before, yeah.
True.
The Somali man has lost his ways when they came to the UK. They lost their ways when they left Africa. They lost what it is to be the essence of Somali Nimo. Brotherhood. Somali brotherhood is almost non-existent anymore. Brothers are beefing one another, pitching one another, adopting a whole culture that's not even theirs.
Dying on these streets.
Dying on these streets, like not even realising. First cousins are pitching each other, not realising, living a certain lifestyle. I'm telling them it's not worth it. Wallahi, it's not worth it. The sisters right now, any problems that they have, waste out, they look after each other.
That's what we need to do.
Financially, they look after each other. Emotionally,
It's
they're
like
there
sisters
for
are
each
doing
other.
their own
Somalis, the brothers, wallahi, we don't support each other at all. We don't support each other. We're not there for each other emotionally. We're not there for each other financially. We're not there. There's no Somali Nimo like that. That's why we're slacking. We're lost. We're lost.
Wallahi, we are really lost. It's the men, and then that's why the females.
The men need to wake up. Our females, wallahi.
They're teachers, they're lawyers, they're doing something.
They're really doing bits, and they're screaming right now. Where's the Somali men? No, where's the Somali men?
It starts from a young age.
Of course, man.
Because it comes from one's father neglects his son, doesn't teach him how to be a man properly, and then he just repeats the cycle.
Yeah.
And I told you, how did I tell you this?
And then the
I know
Hoya
people that
has
are
to be
teachers.
the arbor.
I know people that are teachers. What do they do to Somali boys in schools now? In high school, primary school, what do they do? They brought in mentors for Somali boys. No other ethnicity except Somali boys have private mentors that come in to teach them. Not the Somali girls, Somali boys only. Because there's a big problem with them now. And it's coming from their fathers. They don't know how to be men and teach their kids properly. And it just keeps repeating the same cycle. So
what's the solution for that though? How can we go against that? How can we stop
that? You need to learn how to be a man. You need to learn how to be a man. That's the big problem, I swear to God.
No, there's solutions. I was in a masjid on Jummah the other day and some well-known sheikh came, some Somali, I don't know him, but everyone seemed to be like it's set up, they're like, yeah, Sheikh Hewilu is here, innit? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, who's this guy? And then he started talking in the end saying, yeah, come to southwest London, there's this big hall we're renting out. We got Somali teachers, Somali doctors, all of them, they're gonna be there, grown men and women. And they were saying basically bring all the youth that are lost there, you know what I'm saying? So it's not, we're talking like this, but also there's other people who are talking like this too.
Yeah, no, there is definitely.
So inshallah, you know.
Funny enough, the same point you just touched upon right now, Walali, yeah? You know we genuinely need, to nurture young Somali men to be strong men, not only for themselves, but to play a good role in society and a good role in their own households. We need.
How do we do that?
Should I tell you what we do?
You know what you're saying?
It
starts from the father, Habibi.
Because, of course it does, yeah. What I'm saying
is... And the fathers
is,
are outside.
What exactly?
In the Somali coffee shop.
We know where they are,
Hold up, let me just address this.
Yeah, dude, there you go.
Let me address this here. You know what we need?
The fathers.
We need to nurture the young men first in our households first, yeah? When we teach them the right behaviour and the right etiquette and how to tackle life and how to deal with your peers and your family members, that then will kickstart the change that's needed in our.
That's so desperately in our community. That's what I'm trying to say.
Then, when we look at it in a wider scale, we start needing to bring Somali boys together in like a youth environment where we take them onto residentials, we take them on to little trips, we nurture them, we bring them, because there's some Somali brothers here that don't have fathers, don't have mothers like that, some that are raised by their aunties and that. Do you understand? They need help. And if they're not around their own, sometimes, and not to disassociate them from other people, no, it's if they're not around people that they can recognise and distinguish with, that there leads a load of problems where they don't know who they are. They have an identity crisis. They start questioning not only their religion, their whole identity, even their sexual orientation. It brings a whole load of problems. Now, real talk.
True.
It's
100%.
deep. It really is deep in a rap, cuz. Wallahi, it's deep in a rap. Wallahi, I know so much Somali youths out here right now that are going through hell and madnesses, and that's due to their upbringings, due to the fact that they haven't been nurtured. Somali girls have been nurtured very, very well. They've got a good support system, hence why they're flourishing right now. They're killing it. Wallahi, they're killing it.
God, Allah, you know,
Somali women are strong.
And they're
No,
strong.
but basically-
Wallahi,
They
they're strong.
learn how to be women properly
Yeah,
from
of
real
course.
women.
Yeah, but look,
There's no real Somali men.
let me tell you the difference here. Let me tell you why Somali
real men.
Yeah, but let me tell you why Somali
think
girls
they're
are prospering, not the boys, yeah?
They want to be politicians. and stuff.
Look at Guru joke, yeah? For example, look, the Somali girls, yeah? Like, they get strict discipline from their family.
So the boys, but we're rebelling.
But we're not.
Yeah, the boys
not
rebel.
all of us.
But we
Not
rebel.
all of them. Not all of them.
A lot of them don't.
Gabadha.
Upstairs.
Gabadha حلها يا ليلو.
A lot of them
Gabadha
don't.
حلها امتحانها.
Their mother can't deal with
قبل
like
واي
6 kids.
نرو حلا قبل واي إلى عليا إيش كو قبته درا this was gonna happen درا قبل أنت وال إيش لو وجه ذا ويلكو حلا ويل واي وحوا كأصلا
No,
حوا
that's true.
dignity
For certain
مكانه
parts, don't
ما نجح
lie.
لنا dignity جينا
But
درا
that's the
that's what
mother.
happens.
That's what the mother does.
Perhaps that's the same thing ويل كيس كده ويل واي how على سن قبل مياه have you
It does happen though, it does happen.
Wallahi.
No, you're saying you can't do that, but
I've stayed in some houses where the girls are favourite, and I've been in some houses where the men are much more favourite. So it's like I can't wholeheartedly agree with that. What I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say is the fact that what you said right now, cuz, that we were raised, most of us here are raised by strong Somali women. The Somali woman represents a lot of things. they're strong. They've had to fill the boots and the trousers of that man that's slacking, that was in the chew house chewing, or out there in the Mackay's drinking tea rather than looking after. Yeah, he might be popular with his brethren and in wider society and in his politics game or whatnot. He might be a religious person going to the masjid and that. But when it comes to the household, man are not pulling up their weight.
They don't know how to be a dad. Like
they don't know how to be.
You know what they think? Wallahi, do you know? Like I'm not saying me personally. My pops is kind of like this. He just brings the money, go back to work,
and that's it, and that's not enough.
My mum brings in the food, he eats. Gone.
It's not enough to just bring bread.
He's thinking, you know what? I don't need to raise him. I'll just put money on the table, and that's my job.
And
that's not your job.
That's not enough.
That's not your job.
That's not enough.
Yeah, son needs his father figure.
The son needs a father figure. Yeah. He needs when there's lessons. When your son comes home one day beat up from school, the father needs to be there and advise his son what to do next. Your father needs to chat to him about his first love. Your father needs to chat to him about any identity or any crisis he's going through life. No, it's not quite simply, I'm winning the bread, I'm paying the bills, you're living under my roof, that's it. No, man, it's kids will remember their fathers with the time they spent with them. When he took them football, when he encouraged them with any activities or any hobbies he liked. Somali fathers, most of us, if we said we wanted to be a footballer or an actor, no, we want you to do something else. They don't support you like that. True. Do you understand? Gelly, right now, she wants to become this and that. Yeah, they'll support them. The boys need to be nurtured properly, and you know what? It might take a whole generation to change it. Inshallah, it does change it.
Look, the mother's job is mainly loving, caring for them and nurturing, but the father's job is discipline. The mother can't discipline.
So what we're saying right now,
especially when they're like 15,
what we're saying
16.
is, it's not that deep. That basically, how many generations of Somalis do we have in this country right now?
Yeah, but what we need is practical. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The problem.
We all say, look, we know the problem right now. Look, we identify the problem. Yeah, Somali boys especially that problem. We would say we would have some vague solution like, okay, we need to do this but we're not saying how can we do it. You see what I'm saying? So we're not really gonna get there unless we say, okay, we need to do this, walk right now and do this. Yeah, there's no real implementation until we actually want to do something. I don't know, man.
But you got to be willing to sacrifice money, time, everything in it, obviously for greater good. And
so basically, the solution for the Somali people is first to start with the kids. Like train them well. If you train the kids well, then the future's bright.
No, but the kids need role models, and we've clearly identified that the fathers are not being the role models. So if you want to, I believe you as the youth, we can be the role model for those kids that don't have role models. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, right now we're speaking a lot, innit? Like we've said a lot of important things. But the thing is, how should we implement these things? Like us, we're here right now. Out of all the Somali people out there, we're the ones that are here right now, speaking about this what's it called, this problem. How should we, like, I was thinking maybe we should all like come together one time, right? Come up with solutions, right? And then see where we can target each one of us. Like we could do this once a week. I think that would be a good thing. Like me, I'm 100% in, all the way in. You get me? But as long as we get the time, like at least 1 week or maybe twice, or maybe once in 2 weeks or something, we could do something. Like come up with solutions. Be like, okay, we're gonna start with this area. Because me, I've got a lot of connections. Like I've got connections with what's it called? When it comes to the Hounslow Council, I've got a lot of Somali people that work there, and they're always asking me like to talk to the youth and all that kind of stuff, right? And I've got connections with all the Somali TV channels, right? SNTV, Hong Cable, all these things. So basically, if we come up with a good like solution that maybe we could all meet up sometime, maybe in South or somewhere. Now, right now we spoke about a lot of good stuff, innit, Liban, yeah? But the thing is to implement it, to be an example.
We need role models. I believe
we could be that role model.
The girls and the guys to somehow unite under one banner to really push it forward.
Exactly.
Make a jama'ah, innit?
Yeah,
like a big
So we need a guy, a
strength
person.
in numbers, innit?
Exactly. Wallahi, look, okay, what we need is that we need a brother who's good with religion.
Yeah.
We need a brother who can talk good like Liban. We need a brother who's good at history, like Ali. You get me? It's bit by bit. So so collectively we can all come up.
No, what we need to do? We need to bring a big conference, organize a big conference here. And this is Somali males from a certain age up to a certain age to come together and to highlight all the issues that affect Somali men and our households here. And then when we talk about it, we need investors, Somali investors that touch certain limits in life, innit? Yeah, they've got to hit certain pinnacles in life. And right, cool. These are the issues affecting our community. either address them. You guys have got responsibility. When you've got money, when you've got wealth, yeah, when you build this up, yeah, it's philanthropy, innit? You've got to start like with that money. Like it's what you do with that money at the end of the day. It's all good and well gain that wealth. What are you going to do? You need to put back in. God's given you this wealth. You need to put back into society.
Reinvest in it.
Invest into the youth. It's same with the whole problem with the whole knife crime epidemic. They want to talk about making bigger sentences. Stretching the sentences. There was a stupid MP just the other day, some Tory MP from Cornwall that said, let's put GPS trackers in Shanks.
What?
Like, where do they get these people from?
It's cost billions.
Yes, exactly. Man have to laugh off these things. What I believe is, yeah,
They wanted to change the sentence.
You need to take the Somali youths away from that, innit?
Say right now, Akala said something really good the other day. He said the other day, if a youth has nothing to lose, he's low on confidence and just lost in life, him going to go stab someone and with the threat of 10 years in jail, do you think they care? The youths don't care. If they cared, they would have cared in Chicago as well. They know what if they get football sentences. They don't care about sentences. Where it all stems from is a good education, a good life, good employment and a good upbringing. Yeah. But yet the government don't want to address these issues. Because our issues...
But you need to take them far from that and give them that.
Yeah, of course. But look, it's all good and well to go talk to the government. They don't give a flying fuck. So what we do is people in affluent places in our society is we tackle this at
entrepreneurs and people with money
level.
in that really are the ones that can change
we don't
something.
need a government to cry. Look,
governments
they
for
can't
that
even sort out their Brexit situation. Let alone
They're all over the place.
It's not their kids that are dying. It's not their communities that are affected. You've got Tony Wilson that's representing Islington, but he grew up in Shropshire or Buckinghamshire. How can he connect to the people of that constituency? He can't. They're so out of touch, they're outdated, they're medievals, they don't care. It's not affecting them, it's not affecting their doorstep. So our issues are wider issues. It affects other communities, other ethnic communities. And it's not a racial problem, it's not. Because once it becomes a white victim and a white perpetrator, race is not the question no more. So it's not a racial thing. It's far from it. These are problems that we need to start sorting out at grassroots level. And who have the power to do it? People in our communities that have money, have wealth and have influence.
Okay,
That's my
one last question I'd like to ask you is that where do you think this whole knife crime thing, like who's influencing these kids? Like,
knife crime's always been there, bro. Knife crime, you need to understand, go back to Peaky Blinders days.
Somali
when
people,
it comes to money...
Yeah, but like I said, it's from a culture that's not ours, isn't it?
When it comes to money, it wasn't our culture, like to
not
go
our
to join
culture.
gang or to
Selling
sell drugs.
That's
That's
not
not
us.
us.
As soon as we came here and we realised, okay, some people, the original people were affected by poverty and they thought, the only way to get is to go do certain things, right? Back then they wanted about drugs, it was about robberies and whatever. You did anything just to survive, right? Nowadays, it's literally culture to carry a knife.
Yeah.
But there's some youths, don't get twisted. Wallahi, I know some good youths right there that are scared for their lives. They need to carry it. Even me, I'm a big...
Like that young boy that got killed, man, in West London, was it? Somali boy.
I contemplate, so I carry
sad,
one just to go to a shop. Yeah, it's mad.
It's sad, like,
it's so
that
sad.
mother's crying.
Imagine you're going to school, rather than thinking about your exams or whatnot, your thought is, when I leave my house in the morning, I might
That kid's never gonna excel. That kid's never gonna excel.
So like, let me repeat again. Coming out your house, your first thought is survival. What is this? Are we living in a war zone? What is that? It's not natural. It's not a natural way of living. So, not living natural, you're not gonna think like normally. Like you're gonna think.
But it's a so-called first world country. Why is it like that?
Why is it? Well, it's like this war on people's doorstep.
It's a first world country.
That might be what you guys were saying about the connection to the father.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Yeah.
It's much deeper.
Yeah.
Like it's very interesting listening to you guys. Also, what you're saying and what you were saying about role models, I think is really important.
Crucial.
You were connecting it to people with affluence and stuff. That's important too. But don't underestimate yourself. You guys here are talking about an issue that you care about, therefore you're role models. Don't think that you can't do it.
Where do you go to celebrate your culture? Where's your music? Where's your literature? Where's your poetry? Why are you not celebrating
that? That is what we're trying to
language. Why are you not speaking in Somali?
We are okay. This is
you know what I'm saying?
We don't forget our tongue.
Being prudent.
I come from an Irish background.
We don't go that low.
I come from an Irish background. And we've gone through this very same thing that you've gone through. So I understand and appreciate what you're saying. But don't take the negative from it. If you take the negative, you'll be as bad as what they are. You've got to build something special. And you can only do that through your culture. Like the Scottish culture. They've been through it as well, what the Irish have been through.
Still got a lot
That's
of
deep, I
problems,
like
the
that.
same problems
You've got a lot of
here.
people.
Where are you getting together to celebrate this wonderful country of yours? You're not.
We do
exactly.
Independence Day.
We only ever do it on Independence Day, but that's I do. Yeah, every week. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a good point.
That's a fair point. That's
true,
a sound point.
So like you were saying about a collective, like if you want to give people advice, maybe there's people you know that are new fathers or people who want to have children and stuff. The more connections you have, the more people you can talk to about ideas of how to raise children, the better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't need an expert. It's a false paradigm. You don't need experts. You just need people you can talk to that are honest.
But when you live in a society that tells you individuality, you know, the society is a lot about individuality, yourself, care about yourself.
Forget that. Get together. Get together.
I know, but when the society is like that,
Get together.
Very difficult society tells us to do, what dictates us to do.
You're falling in the trap. You're falling into the trap.
Speak about something bad happening in your family.
It's like the
No
problem
one wants to speak about it.
with
It's
the
all
fathers
evidence,
and the
innit?
children
So
and
you
the
can't really
night crime. It's
discuss
the
that
same in
stuff.
Scotland. When like loads of guys who are not Somali, loads of guys who are ethnic Scottish or whatever, they have the same problems with absent fathers or having a lot of drug problems, a lot of crime problems, everybody stabbing everyone. It's the same there. Wow.
It is the same in Glasgow.
It's the issue with the family.
Yeah.
The family is collapsing.
It's the same with it's their environment. That they
Deadly.
grow-
It's the way the
that
system
they're
is built, I
involved
would
in.
say.
Yeah.
It might be. So to fix it, yeah, man, people got to take sacrifice. There's going to be sacrifices involved, for sure.
Do
But
not forget your roots.
That's key as well.
Never forget your roots.
No way.
Build it. Show us what you've got.
I mean, I've always been close to my roots. I've always been proud to say I'm Somali.
It's only later stages in life that I feel like I've connected with my roots. The area that I'm from an
most
area
important
hardly any
thing.
Somalis over there, and best part of my life, I couldn't even speak Somali, and I just didn't know who I was. It was an identity crisis. But it's only when I started broadening my horizons and when I went over there and I started connecting with Somalis here, and then I started appreciating who I was, my identity. You know, without it, I just felt like I was a number, a statistic, or just any
I
other
think it's
person.
important to go back home.
Yeah, it's important
Me, I'll
to
go sent
connect.
back home. Yeah.
I know nothing
like-
about your culture. I would love to hear some of your music. I love music. I would love to hear some of your
We got some
poetry.
sick music,
Read
man.
some of your books.
Somalia-
See some of your dancing.
You could
See
drink
some of
to
your
it.
beautiful women you've been together. I don't see any of it.
Like, for example, I'll
You
give
come
you.
to this country and you've forgotten it all.
No, type it in on YouTube. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
for
YouTube.
example, if you type in right now.
I want to see it for real, bro.
Would you want us to do dance over there? What do you expect? Going to the park, mate.
I want to bring my kids and let them have an experience. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
For
there needs to be
example,
like
if
an
you type
event
in
or
if you
something
type
that
in
do
Google
that.
and you go like nation of poets, the first country that was going to come up is Somalia. Because Somalia is one of the most poetic countries in Africa.
Oh, we're known for that.
You get me? We're the nation of poets in
Well,
Africa.
this is the first time I've heard of it.
Exactly.
And how long has your nation been in this country?
For a lot. For example, one thing they won't teach you about
Since the 90s. We ain't been here long.
it's starting from the
We
8th
ain't been here too
century.
long. Like I said
until the
earlier, we're like
18th
what,
century.
first, second generation. You know?
Right.
That's why this problem can get fixed.
Right, so
Because
this
he
is
hasn't
the
gone
thing they
too
won't tell
deep
you.
yet into
There's a lot of things.
5th, 6th, 7th generation.
Have you known that we've defeated the Portuguese more than once?
But imagine, imagine the next generation, they're going to have this conversation, they're going to be clueless, innit?
I think it's sacrifice. People are always worried about themselves and their own like pocket and their own interests and stuff like that. People need to see what your people are going through, and you've got to try and do something like that. Mainly, you've got to
Like
see
I
look,
said
my
before,
people. I might got
Every
issues that
nation
I'm dealing with
sacrifice.
personally, but my people got a bigger issue that we're dealing with. Generally, you get it. And like that, we can all come together and try and find proper solutions like that.
Yeah, like I said
tangible
before.
solutions. I don't want to hear no rubbish that just sounds all nice. Exactly. Proper tangible solutions that you can actually do.
It's a very interesting one.
Yeah.
See, like I said before, yeah, since the 19th century, before the 19th century, Somalis were living in harmony. Everything was good, powerful, cultural. It was one of Somalia's second golden age, right? And then the 19th century started. The Europeans came through. They took away our culture and gave us
Italians,
their
innit?
political.
Italians.
Exactly, the Italians and the English, right? They came and they gave us their culture, their political system. Then we got confused. Until now, we're killing each other. From the 19th century until now.
And there's a good reason. I'll tell you why. Because like my culture, we sold out. My tribe.
Come through. We can't hear you.
You sold out, you said. Where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Uganda.
Uganda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, guys, why don't you include the conversation, man? Include the conversation here.
It was a person who wanted him.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling
It's a
him.
dangerous place. Man.
Yeah.
Go on, what are you saying? This brother has something to say.
So my culture sold out. My tribe was the #1 sellout. It was called the Buganda
I take care
tribe.
of you lot, man. I'm gonna go, man. But we need to talk about this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But this is what I said, Akhi, let me tell you something. Like, right now we spoke, but this shouldn't be the end of it. Let's come together. Wallah, let's have a meeting. Let's,
Off camera.
Yeah.
Off camera. I ain't been here for a minute, yeah?
Yeah.
And next week
I'll be here.
and then if you're serious, innit?
Bro,
Share your contact
I've
details.
been, how long have I been coming here? I'm talking about Somali solutions.
How long have we been talking
It's my
about
first time here, so
I've been talking about this for a year, fam. The same thing I said today, I said a year ago. What's that like on the first episodes when you lot were doing the Somali thing? Man came in and I spoke straight away. Whatever I knew, I
get a munch.
said it.
Listen, come get a munch, yeah? Come get a munch. You got my number. I've got your number.
Yeah, we'll
come
talk
get a
about
munch.
it.
Come talk to me if you're
Because
serious.
no, I know this is a serious problem, but I don't know how to.
Do you wanna come
tackle it.
serious. Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Okay, next Sunday.
The more head,
If you're
the
there,
more brains,
wallah, you've done a lot. You have to be
the
there.
more brains, the better, innit? But someone might know something.
Are you going to be here next Sunday? Because we're linking up.
Yeah, definitely.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Next Sunday. You're going to be there. Cool. We're going to grab a munch and then we talk about it. Hopefully you come as well, inshallah.
I'll head up too, man.
All right, bro.
Safe, yeah? Listen,
What's channel? Man, keep it
this is COE. Content of everything.
Content of everything. Content of everything.
That's it actually, inshallah. So thank you for watching, subscribe to content. Also, before we leave, I would like to announce we have our own Somali Corner channel where I post everyday news and updates about Somalia, history, politics, poetry, all sorts. So please subscribe to our channel as well, inshallah bi'idhnillah. I'll leave it down on the description, Somali Corner, or you can just search it up, Somali Corner, you can find it inshallah. So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I wish you all the best and subscribe to COE.
Content over everything. From your
Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. Listen.
I want to say something.
Man, don't listen.
No, I just want.
Man, don't even listen to Sky.
You know,
I just listen to COE. Man, don't listen to
yo, obviously my name's Wiggins and that.
ITV.
Hey, no, I don't try to go camera. I just want to say. Alright, cool. So basically, I just wanted to say, like, East African people should be grateful. Like, the whole African people should be grateful. If it wasn't for Somalia, you might would have been shit, man. You would have had nothing, bro.